Hey, I'm Hannah Weiss, the Education Manager at the Science Museum of Western Virginia, and this is your Moment of STEM. And this week, I'd like to talk about ketchup. No, really, ketchup. See, have you ever been at a barbecue and just wanted to have some ketchup on your burger or fries or what have you, so you reach for the bottle and all they have are those glass bottles? So you open it up and you pour it out and nothing happens. So you hit it, smack it, whatever you can think of to get the ketchup out. And finally, it does come out, like all of it. All over your food, the plate, the table, your lap. Just, no, that's only happened to me. Well, it has happened to me more times than I care to count. But there might be a scientific reason for this. See, a lot of researchers think ketchup is something called a non-Newtonian fluid. So yes, that is a big word, but it makes a lot of sense if you break it down. A non-Newtonian fluid is a fluid that violates Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, that's actually more helpful than it seems. You see, most people have a really good understanding, a really good sense for how a fluid acts. And a non-Newtonian fluid doesn't act like that, especially under stress, under pressure. So a classic example of these fluids is oobleck, that cornstarch and water slurry. Left alone, like on a table, it acts like we would expect a fluid to act. But the second that we pick it up, that we try and poke at it or roll it into a ball, it acts like a solid. See, under that pressure, it acts like a solid, not a fluid. So it violates Newton's law of viscosity. Oobleck is something that we call a shear thickening fluid, meaning that under that pressure, it acts more like a solid. Ketchup is kind of on the other side of that divide. Before we put it under pressure, it's not really acting like a fluid. It's a lot more like a soft solid. But under pressure, it acts like a fluid. In fact, it flows a lot better than it does before it's under that pressure. So in a plastic bottle, it's a lot easier to apply that pressure to get to that point where it'll start to flow. In a glass bottle, though, is when we start to have some problems. So does that mean if you're at that barbecue and they've only got glass bottles that you're doomed to go without ketchup? Well, probably not. You see, there are a whole bunch of researchers who have been looking into this, and they've put together a series of 3 steps that you can try to go through to get the ketchup out of that bottle. So what you do is first, with the cap on, you give that bottle a really good shake. Part of why ketchup acts so much like a soft solid until you get it under that pressure is because of the way ketchup is made, what it's made up of. It's actually a whole bunch of particles of bits of like tomato and stuff suspended in something else. So it acts like a solid. So if you give it a really good shake and mix it up, you'll be a lot closer to it being that fluid. After you've given it a good shake, with the cap still on, flip the bottle over and give it a few good hits to the bottom. And again, all that's doing is kind of helping getting it mixed up and shaken up. After that, flip the bottle back open, take off the top, and then pour it carefully. Hopefully the ketchup should come out. And if it doesn't, you can always try a knife. I'm Hannah Weiss from the Science Museum of Western Virginia, and I've always had better luck hitting the bottles right above the 57.